Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another FWTR video. Alright, today we'll be talking about the Bloody Soldier. So first things first, I know that the Frankenstein's and Mousaka's Bloody Soldier is no longer available to purchase, but I'll be talking about them as well because I want to make this as a complete thing. So a full review for every single Noblesse heroes Bloody Soldier out there. So we have 5 Noblesse heroes, Frankenstein, moussaka, Raisa, Raskria, Sara. Alright, so I know you guys are contemplating between the remaining 3 in the shop right now, whether you want to buy the Bloody Soldier. There are 8 days left, so I hope that after watching this video it can help you to make the right decision for you. But before we start off, I want to start off the video by telling you guys that I am generally a very conservative guy. I don't generally spend much on games unless that specific item or that game is actually very good. And I think that none of the Bloody Soldier of any of the Noblesse heroes are actually worth $50. $50 is a lot, 50 USD, especially in the country that I live in. I'm from Southeast Asia, so our currency here is not that strong. When you convert from USD to the currency here, it's going to be like 2 times, 3 times, even 4 times more. So generally it's not worth it most of the time. Alright, so let's get that out of the way and we'll start off with Frankenstein first. Alright, so I know that Frankenstein's one is no longer available for purchase, but we're gonna talk about it as a whole. Alright, so his Bloodstained Spear increased chance of decreased healing effects by 20%. Alright, so that specific Bloody Soldier increases his first skill decreased healing effects by another 20%. So 20%, that's a moderate amount, but definitely if you're talking about using Frank as a whole, this skill is only generally useful in Tower of Dawn Hell. Maybe you want to decrease someone's healing effect. I don't see why you want to use first skill even in Battle of Honor, unless your hero is immobilized and you're unable to move and the only hero within range, you can hit it with your first skill. Other than that, I don't see a reason why you would want that, and the situation and condition for that happening is very mild. Like, it's very unlikely. The chance of that occurring is extremely low, so I don't see how this Bloodstained Spear is worth it. Maybe you get the 380 attack stats and that's about it. So the wings, Bloodstained Merciless Wings. So this specific one increases Erosion's crit damage bonus by additional 2%. Alright, so 2% is like, it's okay, it's nothing much. But the cool thing about this is the additional effect increases erosion stacks by 1 at the beginning of each turn. This skill, the Dark Spear Erosion, so if you have 1 or more stacks of erosion buff on him, his crit damage increased by 5.2% and defense by 1020. 5.2% crit damage is, I mean, it's decent, but here's the thing, this erosion gives his Dark Spear penetration, his third skill, the ability to ignore 7000 defense for enemies within its range. So this is what makes him shine in Battle of Honor. If you're getting the Bloody Soldier, you're generally getting the passive erosion so that he don't have to use any skill. On turn 1 he gets 1 erosion by itself, and he can use his Dark Spear penetration straight off the bat. Alright, and this skill ignores 7000 defense. So what's so cool about this skill is basically that's it, the 7000 defense ignore. And I'll tell you guys that it's not as good as you think generally in Battle of Honor, especially in top tier BOH. Alright, I'll give you a scenario. You have your Frankenstein, you have the Bloody Soldier, and you have the best best gear and everything, and you charges forward to, let's say, a Mei. Alright, you kill the Mei revive, you end up behind the Mei. When the Mei revive, her passive is gonna damage you, probably kill you. And even if you have a revive set on, she's gonna disarm you. Like, that's one weakness. That's basically his main weakness of his third skill. His position, generally, it makes it difficult to use him correctly, and especially if you set him up in garrison, on auto, the AI will definitely screw your strat up. It's extremely difficult to use him correctly, especially by the AI. So if you are controlling him, yes, maybe it's worth it, but overall, paying for 50 USD, I don't think it's gonna be worth it. He's good in Battle of Honor, and that's about it. He's useful in Tower of Dawn Hell, but you don't really need that Bloody Soul gear to make him useful. And if you compare him with all the other hero attack types that we have right now, so we have Mei, we have Shogun, we have Parsifal. Like, there's so many Caesar attack type hero options right out there. I don't see why he is the one that shines the most, and at least all of them excels at something, you know. But as for Frank, he lacks that versatility, and I feel like he is a very difficult hero to use. So with that being said, if you do purchase his Bloody Soul gear, you would want to combo his Valkyrie Spear and the Bloodstained Merciless Wings. So that would be the best combo for BOH. But generally, his skill range is the reason why I don't think it's worth it. You are generally getting, yes, you are getting the erosion, but the only useful part for this passive is for this 7000 defense ignore in his third skill, and that's where he shines. And this skill range is kind of difficult, and it's a straight line. Even in Battle of Honor, it's hard to get opponents line up in a straight line for you to actually damage. So at least with Mei or with Shogun, like, there's a chance for you to actually hit more than one opponent. Like for Frankenstein, he's in that tough spot. Yes, he might be able to kill one hero, and that's about it. If that hero has a revive set, then you're pretty much screwed. And I don't know, I don't think it's worth it. 50 USD, definitely a no for me. If you're thinking of whether your Bloody Soul gear is worth the purchase, I don't think so, but if you already purchased it, then you should make the best out of him. But considering the hero that he is right now, he's going to get outshined soon, very very soon. Alright, next up we have Moussaka. Alright, I know. Skill effect range by 1. How about the wings? Skill damage by 24.5%. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of increase, right? Ruthless. Increase this to 124.5%. And this one has increased the range and increased the percent attack by additional 12%. Sounds like pretty decent soul gear, but actually it's not, because if you are using Moussaka, generally you would want to use him in Battle of Honor at least for his awakening skill. He has a 2-turn awakening skill. It doesn't matter how much range or how much strong this is. Make him as tanky as possible. Make sure he can survive for 2 turns and then unleash his awakening skill. That's the BOH strat if you're using him correctly. So I don't think his Bloody Soul gear is worth it. You should invest in sets like Pioneer to make him have cooldown of 1 turn on his awakening skill. So that would help him out massively. And definitely keep in mind that his Moussaka is kind of in a weird state right now. Like, it's difficult to judge him, and there are so many better rock heroes out there, which makes people decide whether he's worth it or not. But generally, his Bloody Soul gear, if you have purchased previously, yes, it's okay to have it, but it's nothing special. and definitely I would not think that it's worth the 50 USD. So previously Moussaka was extremely good because of Tuesday guild raid, where in the first Noblesse event, I believe when Moussaka was first released, he's the first of his kind to have this amazing passive. But right now we have Jin Kisaragi, we have Mei, who has similar passive and has better range, Cat Sees as well. Yeah, so definitely I don't think he's in a good spot right now, and I have a feeling that once Cat Seed can be awakened, she will definitely outshine him. So if you did not get his Bloody Soul gear, yeah, don't worry about it, it's not worth it. Alright, we'll move on to the next character, Sara. Everyone is thinking whether her Bloody Soul gear is worth it or not, and I would tell you straight up front, if you plan to get Sara for Battle of Honor, no, you would not. You don't need her Bloody Soul gear at all. Just get the regular Soul gear. Her Bloody Soul gear is cool. It's useful to have that extra damage because you can stack her weapon and wings for her third skill, I believe. But if you build her correctly, she should be strong enough. It's an additional 14.8%. And definitely I don't think it's worth it. You're paying 50 USD for 14.8% and a very minor stats boost. I don't think it's worth it. If the Bloody Soul gear is the only soul gear that she has and she does not have any free soul gear, then yes, I would say go for it. But because her free soul gear is pretty decent, so I would say it's worth skipping, to be honest. It's worth skipping. So let's talk about her skills a little. So if you think about it, you are buying her Bloody Soul gear. If you are actually buying it, it's for the third skill, right? And look at her third skill's range. Like, that is abysmal. It only hits heroes in a cross. In certain maps that could be useful, but most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, it's very difficult to hit more than one opponent with this kind of skill, with this kind of area of effect. So generally, in a lot of maps, Sara kind of suffers. She's more of like a bridge map hero where you're facing an opponent one-on-one and she's definitely going to kill that hero. But in square map, for example, in Battle of Honor square map, this skill can only hit one hero, and there's no way the top Battle of Honor players would use Sara. Like, you might as well use Jenny or something where you can hit more heroes. Hongyum, Waryong. There are so many AoE heroes right now, and her skill range kind of holds her back. It holds her back drastically, and that makes her soul gear not worth the purchase at all. I would say that if her soul gear her Bloody Soul gear actually gives +1 range area of effect, then she might be worth getting. But overall, definitely not worth the 50 USD. So that's my thoughts on her. Alright, so let's get on to the next one. We have Raisa. Alright, so Raisa, I think you guys know already what I'm going to say. Same thing that applies for... Alright, if you have 2 piece, decrease incoming crit damage by 7%. That's okay, but I don't know. Generally, Raisa, you don't really make him that tanky, and even if that crit damage by 7%, I doubt that can help you much. Alright, let's talk about his skill. Increase skill damage by 14.2% and skill effect range by 1. So this specific Bloodstained Sword will improve his third skill. So imagine this third skill has an additional range of 1, and that's cool. But here's the thing. This skill suffers the same thing from Frankenstein skill, and it only hits in a straight line. It's kind of a bummer, but it only hits in a straight line. And in Battle of Honor, especially in square map, or in, I would say, 4 or 5 of the maps, his second skill is definitely going to be the more useful one. Third skill, yes, it is good if you want to one-shot a specific hero, but generally if you want to hit more heroes and in PvE, second skill is the way to go, and definitely you should go for the free soul gear for that. So Raisa, maybe his soul gear is slightly better than Frankenstein's one because of the positioning kind of thing. Frank has that 7000 ignore defense, but it places him out of position. So he's going to zoom out further away. Whereas for Raisa, he can stick to one position and he can actually shoot the enemy from afar without moving. So his one, if you are actually deciding between Raisa or Frankenstein, definitely Raisa's one is much more worth it in terms of the bloody soul gear. But still, let's have a look at the passive. So passive skills activation condition changes to HP 20% or more. Alright, so that one kind of useless, I would say. So his HP 50% or more, he would get that 25% higher attack. So he has one of the best passive in the game. I believe one of the best ones, definitely. 25% attack every time is awesome. And every time he spams his third skill, his current HP will get reduced by 10%. So from 100% to 90%. So he can spam his third skill quite a bit, but generally, I don't know, I don't think his bloody soul gear is worth the purchase. His free soul gear is good enough. It might be better even, let's check it out. Yeah, this is for his second skill. And yeah, this one sucks. Wait, what? Increase resistance. Yeah, his wings, Valkyrie's nimble wings, is terrible. It only increases the abnormal status effect, and that's about it. So just get his weapon, which improves his second skill. Definitely a much more better value, especially on the square map this week. Man, this skill, that skill, man, the second skill, that's the skill you want to use. Hit as many opponents as you can, and even if you don't kill them, that's fine. He can burn their MP, which is good, you know, they might not be able to use their third skill at all. Alright, so same concept applies. I don't think Raisa's one is worth it because of his skill range. Like, his skill range is holding it back. He suffers the same thing Sara has. Raisa, Sara, and Frank. If they have this kind of skill area of effect, then it's different talk. But right now, their soul gear, man, their area of effect of their skill ranges is holding them back generally, especially with the new meta going on right now, where most players would prefer to use area skills as opposed to skills that only kill a single target. One of the main reasons why I don't think Raisa is worth that much of an investment is because the existence of Carrot right now. So Carrot has similar skill on third skill, but Carrot can at least hit adjacent, you know, can hit diagonally. She is not forced to hit you in a straight line, whereas if you are improving Raisa, I don't know, it's quite hard. Like, Raisa is one of the heroes that suffers from movement, and they give him this kind of skill. When your skill literally hits in a straight line and you only have 3 movement, you know that this hero is gonna suffer once he has his movement decreased. At least he has his first skill which compensates for that, but I don't think that's enough. So if you are purchasing the bloody soul gear to get this skill range and things like that, it's still no use because you have to align yourself with the enemy, you have to attack in a straight line. So in most cases, I would say Carrot is better, like in terms of skill range and area of effect. Alright, the last hero we're gonna talk about is Raskria. This hero, man. This hero, man. Why? Nexon, why? Why do you do this? 3% higher attack per attacking target. Wow. 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 Worst skills in the game. You know what? Skip it. Just skip this. Skip this hero. Don't even bother building her. She's not worth it. Unless Nexon decides to buff her in the future, I think you should still build her. She might be situational and might be useful occasionally in Tower of Dawn Hell. In terms of guild rate, I don't think she's worth using at all, unless someone can come up with a strat for her to constantly spam first skill to decrease the boss monster's defense by 2500 for one turn. Other than that, I don't know. She's definitely not worth it. Like, as a hero, she's definitely not worth the investment right now. So there's no need for us to talk about her bloody soldier. Yeah, definitely skip it. So alright guys, there you have it. That's my opinion on the bloody soldier. Sorry for the late video guys, was extremely busy last week, so finally get to make the video today. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, if you guys agree with everything that I've said, or if you guys disagree, and you can let me know in the comment section below. So basically, the problem with the Noblesse heroes is not that they are bad, it's just that their skill range, and when you compare with other heroes, there are so many heroes nowadays, you know. You can easily compare Raisa with Carrot, you can compare Frankenstein with May, Frankenstein with Parsifal, like, they are very similar, you know. And when you compare it like that, it makes them less appealing. It makes the bloody soldier has that sort of diminished value, and yeah, that's what I think generally. So yeah, that's it for the video guys. Thanks for watching, and if you're new here, just subscribe to my channel, and you can give this video a like if you like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.